Let's get it popping.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. Tonight, it's the weekend review. It's Friday, TGIF. Yeah, now. Good evening. How you doing? I'm Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. Today's Friday, and today is my week in review. Every Friday, I do a week in review. If you are just joining the show and new to watching it, I seem to have had a recent increase in viewership. So if you're new, welcome. Thank you for joining, and thank you for watching. I'm Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered, the place to get your political news for real, unfiltered, untainted, and unbiased, raw, and honest, and with integrity. At least I try. This past week, I spoke about the brutal attack of a 67-year-old woman as she entered her foyer of her building. While I agreed that the assault was brutal and no one deserves to be beaten the way that she was or have that happen to them, I didn't necessarily agree that it was a hate crime. I didn't agree it was a hate crime simply because she was Asian, although it was alleged that the perpetrator said Asian B as she walked past him just before entering her foyer. The perpetrator, that's right, a black male, 42, lived in the building with his mother. And I say perpetrator because he's not a suspect. The video, because it was recorded, the vicious attack was recorded on video. And as I watched it, it seemed like it went on forever, although it only lasted 90 seconds. But in that 90 seconds, the man managed to hit the woman 125 times. 125 times. She got hit in the head and the body. Wow. The woman survived. Very strong woman, fortunately, although she was badly injured. But is it a hate crime? Is it a hate crime? If so, then unfortunately, if you want to label it, hate crime, if that's what you choose to do, then you must also acknowledge the fact that there seems to be a rash of these hate crimes being perpetrated by African Americans. Yeah, many of them have been the suspects in these incidents. So is that the case? Is that the case? Yonkers City Council and all those elected officials here in the state of New York, but specifically Yonkers, where this incident happened and it was labeled a hate crime? Is it a hate crime? Is that what 4 women of color on the council believe? I don't believe that. I don't believe this is a hate crime. I believe that it's being called a hate crime so that it can cover up for other issues here in the city. But you have to be careful what you're doing in order to cover these issues up. Labeling this a hate crime and the fact that a majority of these incidents on Asian Americans have been committed by Black Americans is going to start to suggest that Black Americans are racist towards Asian Americans. Is that the narrative you want to perpetuate? And I'm not saying that maybe there isn't, but I'm not here to speak about that or make a case for it or against it. I'm simply here stating that that could be the narrative that's created, especially when it shouldn't be, and especially when that's not the case here in Yonkers, because the issue to me is mental health. That's what I believe it is. I believe it's mental health compounded by drug addiction, specifically K2, that synthetic drug, fake marijuana, all right? And you add that, and people who are already predisposed or suffering from mental health, smoking K2 will send them into a psychosis, and it's very violent. If you understand what that's about, you will then start to understand what this incident was about that happened to the Asian woman or to just the woman here in the city of Yonkers. It was brutal. And although it's alleged that he said Asian B, it's just alleged. When he entered the foyer from the video, and I don't suggest you watch it if you are the faint of heart, he said nothing to her, just beat her, and then walked off. But why are they, again, labeling it a hate crime? Because I believe they're trying to cover up for the fact that Yonkers is suffering from a mental health crisis. We have a serious mental health crisis and synthetic drug problem in general here in the city of Yonkers, but they don't want to acknowledge it because we don't want to scare off individuals who are looking to move here. We have a lot of developments going up and they need to be filled. All those moms from Brooklyn, Manhattan, can't have them scared. They won't want to walk around Yonkers, and they may just skip Yonkers altogether, bypass us, and go right into Hastings, Dobbs Ferry, and elsewhere. That's what I believe. Do you really want to make Yonkers look that bad? I don't know. You tell me. Oh, Freddie, hate crime, 100%. You keep freezing up. Do I? Let me know if it happens some more. I don't know what's going on. I noticed that yesterday, but not really anything too bad. No, I don't think it's a hate crime. I mean, you can call it a hate crime if you want, but my problem with addressing it as a hate crime is you're not addressing the real issues we have here in the city. Mental health, the Westchester County DA, and I'll revert back to that again. She said one of the leading causes of crime is mental health. Right. Also, one of the leading causes of drug addiction is mental health, as well as homelessness. So if we address, mental health, maybe we'll address more issues and correctly identify the problem, correctly find a solution to that problem. We also have to talk about root causes. Mimi Roca also spoke about diversion programs. Rather than arresting individuals and putting them in jail, they try to put them in diversion programs. She said they have them for misdemeanors, but they're trying to work on creating programs for felons or felonies. It depends. I don't know if everyone should just be in a diversion program, but I think certain situations, not this one, I think this one requires serious attention, some kind of, secure hospitalization, right? But that's the issue here in the city. It's mental health. And if we want to label it a hate crime, you're not going to address the mental health, and the problem is going to persist. And that could be, God forbid, one of us. Doesn't matter, because it's not a hate crime, not in my eyes, not in my opinion. But that's what I believe. And again, I've worked in the field. I live with a therapist. I worked in the field myself, actually, for many, many years. I seen individuals go into, psychosis, psychiatric, schizophrenic, episodes. They think that someone's attacking them. They may even think that the person is the devil. And that's very real. So we just have to identify the problem and not start to create a narrative of hate crime, because then I think it'll also create another narrative, which is that Black people don't like Asians. And I don't think that's true, right, guys? I don't think so. What are the root causes, right, of mental health? Predisposition in their genetics, drug abuse, right, or trauma experienced by the individual. And that's something that many individuals that come up in poor neighborhoods are affected by a lot, many times. So we have to address that, folks. And I think, please, we should take a look at that. Let's not just push it off to, a hate crime. And, the poor woman, hopefully she'll be recovering soon. And, she'll live for another 67 years, God willing. Moving right along. I also spoke about this past week was the Breen and Nader Sage race. That's going to be a big one. Everybody's talking about it. They finally are saying that Nader Sage has a real opponent. someone that can give him a run for his Zehi generated funding money, right? He's never had a real opponent, so he's kind of slid right into, every election win. But this time may be different. There's a lot of things working against the lawyer who will help you sue if you slip and fall. You can find his office over there in Getty Square, right? Dead smack in the middle of the problem. That's right. Dead smack in the middle. And what is he doing? Anyway, this past week, again, besides the talk about the Russian invasion of Ukraine, which somehow has caused already an increase in gas prices, which caused somehow already increasing gas prices to skyrocket this past week. The talk was Breen versus Nader for Assembly, representing District 90. Word on the street is Breen is supported by the administration. They don't want Nader making a play for mayor, so they don't want him to win. If he wins, he has a good chance at the mayor's seat. If he loses, it's even harder for him to win that position. And that's what it's all about. However, Nader has someone in his right hand, I should say, in his corner, someone with lots of experience, someone who wins. Campaign manager extraordinaire and former Yonkers GOP head honcho, Zehi Jeris of Precision Strategies. In my opinion, and based on the Breen article in the Tribune, Mr. ABC is not going to allow that to happen. No way. Breen is going to win. Absolutely not. Zehi is coming out swinging because he knows a Nader loss means an already tough mayoral election will be almost impossible, almost guaranteeing Zehi Jeris only race horse that he has to stand a chance in the race, that he will lose. If he loses this race, he will certainly not have a chance to become mayor. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Anyway, Nader can't lose. It would almost certainly ruin the top 5 dead or alive of campaign managers' plans for a total takeover. Yes, takeover. That's right, folks. This year's elections, but more importantly, next year's elections, for many political insiders, signals a changing of the guard, so to speak. 2022 to 2023 will be a period ripe for the taking, and this time everybody wants them apples. Mr. ABC, a sharp political-minded fellow like him, sees a chance to control the mayor's seat and ultimately control the city. However, he did not expect Nader to actually have a real opponent. Some say Nader has had it easy, sliding right into wins because, after all, no one challenges Zehi. Go watch my podcast on Ada Medina, Judge Ada Medina's appointment, and you'll understand what I mean by that. So what possessed the councilman from the 5th District, Mike Breen, to challenge Nader Sage for his assembly seat, knowing he would be facing an opponent with a strategy crafted with precision from a 10x9 carefully worked on for 4 years? A campaign strategist that will spare no one from defamatory statements using the Tribune as a vehicle to deliver the deadly blows. However, as we saw in the city council president's race last year, that's not the only way precision, according to insiders, drives the message home. So what does Breen have up his sleeve that the rest of us don't know? Maybe his wife, Patty. She has demanded a job, according to the Tribune, and was bold enough to make that demand to our mayor. That's right. So does Breen figure he has nothing to lose if he loses the election, right? Or does Breen truly believe and does have a shot at beating Nader? What do you think? You tell me. Aside from the fact that Nader has never had, dare I say, a worthy opponent, from what the streets say, Breen can raise money and has already been doing so even before he made the announcement that he was making an announcement he was running for assemblyman. That's right. He has been raising money ever since. Besides, wife Patty, I hear, is a superstar realtor closing a $7 million plus deal very recently, with real estate deals averaging million plus range and up. So can Mike Breen also self-finance? Or should I say, can his wife finance his campaign? Does he stand a chance against Mr. ABC, mastermind strategist, campaign manager extraordinaire? He's so damn good that Judge Ada Medina hired him even though she ain't got no one to run against. That's right. That's right. Well, just because he lost his wiener business doesn't mean that Breen can't self-finance, doesn't mean he doesn't have money. You never know. You never know. Never know. Will Breen also be able to ride the red wave, the Republican red wave? People who hated Trump, Democrats, want Trump back. That's right. I've seen you guys say it. I remember you guys. When people's pockets start to hurt, they begin not to care about party, because for people, when they are struggling economically, the party is over. What about his flip-flop? Going back to Nader, I'm sorry, I wrote this in Spanish and then I couldn't read it. I meant to say his chancleta move, which is flip-flop in Spanish, chancleta, where he promised, and this is Nader, to uphold the vax, right? The vax exemption for the COVID vaccine. But the vote revealed that he had lied. But hey, he isn't afraid. He is bold, so bold that he went up in front of a judge and lied about being the man that collected his signatures when it was his brother. And this was when he ran for mayor, because he has before, on the independence line. Yes, it's documented fact. He perjured himself and eventually played himself. That's right, played himself. Then there's that big one. No, not that. I'm talking about the bail reform. Bail reform, regardless how you feel about it personally, has largely been a failure, if not in reality. It's been like that in perception, right? And nowadays, perception is reality. Nader was a supporter of bail reform, but he also plays to the emotions of the people. At least that's the feeling I get when he speaks about the Hispanic community. Maybe they need someone Hispanic. That's for sure. They sure isn't Breen, however. But if it isn't Nader either, so who is? What does Nader do, actually? Because I've seen him actually pander to the Hispanic community. He seems to kind of address them a lot, but I don't know what he really does. How does he appeal to the Hispanic community? Does he speak Spanish? How does he pander their votes? His way, maybe, is to assure his win with the Hispanic community is to hire individuals like Latino mercenaries who will support the side of whoever pays them. You know who they are. They are the verbal kind, and I'll leave it at that. I don't need to have a bunch of inspirational quotes about me flooding IG. Nader is, anyway, inside joke. Nader is done, and I think he knows it. I believe that Nader is done. I think Breen is going to take the win. Doesn't mean I'm a Republican. Please, I'm Puerto Rican. Okay. Nader is done, and I think he knows that, and many do as well. Although he is strong, he does. He's a strong opponent. He has Zahi Jeris. I don't believe he can beat Breen. Again, Breen is being secretly backed by the administration. It is also a year when the Republicans are going to do well. People are sick of the Democrats, and those Republicans that didn't come out to vote last time, they are sure going to make sure that they vote this time, and they will come out by the however many they are. And there are a lot of Republicans here in Yonkers, folks. Don't ever, ever mistake that. And they come out to vote, because there are many Democrats, but many don't. Many don't. And I will say this, the southwest side of Yonkers, south side, we do a lot of complaining, and I be, complaining too. I am one of them, but we don't come out to vote, right? That area has some low voter turnouts, and that area is predominantly Black and brown. So I just want to let you guys know, we need to come out and vote more, especially if you're Hispanic. We are a large number now, so we have to utilize that. Let's take advantage what this great country has to offer. Okay, because if we don't get involved and we don't vote and don't do anything, eventually we cannot complain. And I'm trying to do my part. I hope that you'll help me do it as well by doing your part. Anyway, so will it be Nader or will it be Breen? Do you even care? You should. You should. But does Breen care? After his wife demanded a job from the mayor, he figures if I lose, I'll still wind up like Liam. Maybe he'll be our next Yonkers City Inspector General if he doesn't beat Nader. What do you think about that? Breen for IG? Possibly. Possibly. And today, I actually saw the mayor. I didn't see him. I saw his vehicle. He was over there by the Yonkers Brewing. Maybe he was having a, I don't know what they have over there. Or maybe he was at the pizza shop over there, but his vehicle was there. And I recognize it because it's an awesome SUV. It's got the lights all around it. You got to see it when it's lit up. It's pretty cool, man. I would love to have that thing. That thing, I love the lights. I'm like a big kid when it comes to that stuff. That's really why I wanted to be a cop. I just wanted the lights in the car and the gun and badge. So my wife says, probably not a good idea. That was years ago. But now I realized it probably wasn't for me. But yeah, I saw the vehicle there. It's a dope black SUV with a lot of the lights. I like when it's on, but spotted him there. And didn't spot anybody else, but I was around town. Beautiful day today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I want to hear your comments. What do you think? Who you think will win? Do you think Nader's going to win? Do you think Breen's going to win? It's going to be tough. Zahi needs Nader to win. That's the only horse he has in the race. Only horse he has in the race that will be a viable mayoral candidate. If he loses in this assembly race, he's not going to do well in the race for mayor if that's what he decides to do. There you go. That's my main man, Nader Sage, state assemblyman. What's going on, Nader? Beautiful picture. I like that. If you are interested in supporting Nader, because I'm not against you supporting him. Listen, do what you want to do. I'm going to just give you the facts, and then you make the decision, right? This is where you need to be, all right? At 11, March 19th. Wait a minute. That's tomorrow, folks, at the Grand Roosevelt Ballroom, 2 Hudson Street, Yonkers, New York. Nader, I see, look, I'm promoting your thing, Nader. All right, 2 Hudson Street, Yonkers. District leaders, only $99. Friends, $150. If you want to be a sponsor, $250. A benefactor, what's that mean? $500. A patron, $3,000. Host, if you want to host it, I guess $2,500. If you ever wanted to host an event, there you go. It's only $2,500. You'll get to host an event. You'll feel special. And if you want a chair, it'll cost you $4,700. So if you want to sit down at the event, it'll only cost you $4,700. Is that like a gold chair? No, I'm just kidding. I know that's not a chair. I know what that means. I don't know what it means, but I know it's not a chair. I guess you just be a chair. So you can go to the event there, RSVP. You can find this on his page. He will be doing his kickoff campaign. Check out my main man, Mr. Breen. There's his beautiful family. Son look like him. I think this is his brother right here. This guy they look just like each other, except one has white hair, one has brown hair. Right? But hey, I'm gonna show you another picture. Breen once had brown hair, and he looked like that too. Check it out. Well, he had some brown hair, but I'm sure at one point he had it more full. But it was brown. It was brown, not Breen. That's an old pic there. I just wanted to show you. Politics will aid you. It's tough, man. It's a tough business. Sure you want to keep going, Breen? Get into real estate, man. Join your wife. It's not easy working with your wife, being partners. I will tell you that. But yeah, so there you have it, folks. Let me know. I'm interested. I would love to know. People comment. Don't be so scared to make a comment. I know a lot of people don't watch live because they don't want to lose their job. They don't want to have their business shut down. So they don't watch live. They secretly ghost watch. But comment, I would love to know what you guys think about this race with Mike Breen there. Oh, anyway, and actually, if you do want to watch the show anonymously, you can watch it on YouTube Live. Create a Gmail account. Create a fake Gmail account, email, 123@gmail, and then you can go on to YouTube. Every day that I do it live on Facebook, it'll be live on YouTube, and you can comment with the fake email. No one's going to know who you are, and you can talk all the crap you want, and you can talk all the crap about me you want, okay? And all those who threaten to expose my business, you guys are already exposing it. You're talking amongst each other about me, or at least you think you're exposing it, whatever you're talking about. So it's not like you guys ain't already talking about me because it's getting back to me. So what are you going to do? You're going to talk more about me? Okay, expose me. I don't care. I don't care, because there's a difference in things, right? You could be a person that, because we're all imperfect people, right? All of us. But you could be a person that does things that hurts other people, right? Or like steal from other people. Where's my money at? Where's my money at? All right. I don't do those things. I don't hurt people. I don't steal from people. I don't do anything to bring people down. So there's a difference, right? Because again, unless you're perfect, right? And I don't think that's anyone that exists on this planet. So yeah. So who would care more? You have to think about this, okay? Because I'm talking about someone who threatened me recently. You have to think about this, okay? Think about this. Who's gonna care more about what people think and what people know? Because I sure don't. If I did, I wouldn't do this podcast. That's for sure. Right. So think about that. Right. Think about that. So that's just some advice I want to give some folks out there. Freddie Vasquez is here to make some change, Papi. Make some change. Make some change. Come on, let's bring some change. Bring you some transparency. Bring you the news, with honesty, without it being tainted, unbiased, affected, right? Like the other guys. They can talk all the smack they want, but we all know you bought. So if you bought, can't trust you, but you're good for what you do. You're good for that. So, but I bring you the news, the information. And I was told I wanted to talk about uh, the New York State Comptroller. He did a report, released a report on the Yonkers 2021-2022 city budget, right? So I wanted to go over that because he did kind of have some criticisms of that budget, and something that he's mentioned, or the office of the comptroller has mentioned to the city of Yonkers in terms of their budget multiple times, right? So basically, it's really quick. Somebody told me it'd be boring. So I don't know. Do you guys would like to hear that? I would like to know. I need some response, some feedback on that. So if you guys would want to hear stuff like that, I definitely, let me get Breen out of here. Yo, Breen, take your family up out of here. I like to definitely know, because I would talk about it, right? So it's a report, on the budget here in City Yonkers, and it's a letter to the mayor, and it's just kind of going over their budget and to review that they've done, kind of not an audit, but just a review of their budget. And it's just saying that, once again, you guys over there in the city of Yonkers, for whatever reason, are paying reoccurring operating expenditures with non-reoccurring funding, meaning like you're paying reoccurring expenses, like with one-time, funding, one-time money sources, right? So how are you going to maintain that expenditure if it's reoccurring and you're paying it with something that's only coming once? What about next time that bill comes? What are you going to get to pay that, right? So this is how Yonkers, I guess, it gets behind and stuff. So and just there's some things that they didn't believe they should be doing, but they continue to do for whatever reason. So if you're interested in that stuff, I can talk about it and go over it, and try to like make it in a way that is not so boring. I get that, because the bochinche is the best. Yeah, the bochinche. You like that, right? Like the bochinche? You want to hear some bochinche? I'll tell you some bochinche on the next episode. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm Freddie Vasquez, and I don't like to just get into the bochinche to get into it, but I know that bochinche sells. Bochinche sells. I'm Freddie Vasquez, Basement Politics Unfiltered. Thank you for joining me tonight. Happy Friday. Enjoy. Go chill, relax, go to bed if you need some rest. I'm probably going to relax, go to bed soon, or party. That's what you do. I'll see you soon. Sunday. I'm not coming out tomorrow. Getting for rest. Sunday. Enjoy your weekend, folks. Take care. Thank you for joining me.
Freddie wins. Fatality.
Let's get it poppin'.
That's right, folks. I am Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. Tonight was the weekend review. Let me know, who do you think is going to win between Nader and Breen? Will it be the councilman from the 5th District or the incumbent? Will it be Zahi Jarris, Mr. ABC? Or will it be the administration? They're pushing for him, and maybe rightfully so. He might be the guy. I mean, really? Do you want Nader? What has he done? Look who he's supported by.
Basement Politics with my dad, Freddie Vasquez. You're watching Basement Politics with my dad, Freddie Vasquez.
Thank you for watching Basement Politics with my husband, Freddie Vasquez.
Freddie wins. Fatality. Game over.
No!
That's my guy. That's my son's character, Avatar. He's a funny guy. I don't even know how they got on there. Freddie, you are going to miss the meet on McLean Parade on McLean. Coney will have all the politicians, then they will be in the bar. No, I'm going to be there, actually. I'm glad you, I didn't even almost hit end. No, I'm glad I saw this. Yeah, I'm going to be there. I shouldn't have said that. They're going to all be in this. I'm not going to be there. I'm leaving this weekend. I will be flying to LA for the entire weekend, but enjoy the parade, guys. Bar hopping, you guys call it that? I used to do, not me. I never really did like beer, but they used to bar hop, I used to just go from one bar to the next. Is that what they call it? Bar hopping, one bar to the next. By the way, be careful, guys. Don't drink too much. I know, St. Patty's Day. But look, some people already started to drinking because I hear there was a big brawl or something over by Rory Dolan's. Again, there was like another, somebody had, I don't want to say his name, but I heard somebody really got roughed up there. So be careful, guys, no fighting. No fighting. All right. Right over there, Rory's. That's where you'll find a select few. It was the politicians. Are you guys fighting? Who was fighting? Which one? It was Rubo. No, I don't think it was Rubo. Who was fighting? Tomorrow? Well, I'm going to be out of town. All right, so I won't be around. I'm going to get some rest so I can have energy for when I go out of town. Enjoy it, folks. Enjoy the parade. Happy St. Patty's Day to everyone, but especially to the Irish community here. Large population. Great community here in the city of Yonkers, have really made this city great. A great addition to this community. We are very mixed. We got a lot of different groups, right? We are all Yonkers. Well, how you say that word? Yonkers-ites. Yonkerites? Yeah, I don't know how to say it. That's who we are, okay? We all want the same thing. Good schools, good quality neighborhoods, right? No crime, really. Low crime, at least, no crime, right? That's what we all want. That doesn't matter what color, right? I'm you Irish, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Italian, Asian. Doesn't matter. Black, American. Doesn't matter, right? Why can't we agree? That's it. We just want the same thing, and we want to be able to go to the bars on St. Patty's Day and all be Irish that day. Happy St. Patty's Day, folks. Enjoy. Be safe. No fighting over there, Rory. No more. Come on, cut it out, guys. Especially you politicians. You should be setting the example, guys. Set the example, guys. Set the example. I'll see you later.
Freddie wins.